Oh, hey, you caught me reading. You know, life's just all about expanding your knowledge.
I like to break a mental sweat too.
Pretentiousness aside, I'm gonna be making another silly burger from the Bob's Burgers Burger Book.
I'm taking my shirt off now. This is the real deal. I'm loose. I got this.
Essentially, it's going to be a Caesar salad burger, which until I started to prep for this burger, I had no idea that anchovies were a key component of Caesar dressing. I feel like anchovies in general are pretty divisive when it comes to what people think of them. Some people are extremely grossed out. Some people probably swear by them, especially when it comes to like pizza. How many people do you know actually get anchovies on their pizza? I would say it's probably even less than pineapple. But it's going to be a fun one. I get to use my new food processor today, so I'm excited for that. So let's get started and let's just have a good old time like we usually do.
Ah, screw it. Bob needs me. I'm coming as fast as I can, Linda.
Mixing it up a little bit. I'm gonna prep my patty first, just so I can get it out of the way. I don't have to return to different stations, and it gets all funky when I'm filming. So yeah. Meat first.
You got it, buddy.
Today's burger of the day comes from season 5, episode 3, titled Friends with Burger Fits. But since I already did the Baby You Can Chive My Car burger from this episode, I decided I would use clips from my favorite episode in season 6 to keep us in the Belcher family good spirits. I am seasoning the meat within an inch of its life. I might be becoming slightly unhinged.
You're rattled. Good. That's the first honest thing you said all day.
But can you blame me? I have already cooked 40 unique burgers within the last year. Sometimes I even dream about them. I have this reoccurring nightmare where the patty is rolling me around on the cutting board. It's truly frightening how seasoned I can get. Alright, the meat has been prepped. Let's move on to making our anchovy paste. Just put it in the food processor and then let it do its thing. This might be where I lose a lot of you, but I know you guys are strong. If you make it through this fishy mess, I promise it'll be worth it.
Linda?
Bob?
Kill me.
Alright, so here we go. It's really not going to be that bad. As we remove the anchovies to be placed in the food processor, you can think of happier times where you aren't holding slimy fish in your hands. The goal is to turn this into a fine mesh or paste. It shouldn't take that long at all.
Doing real good. We're not doing good.
And there you have it, exactly what we were looking for. Alright, so the anchovies have been pastified. Is that a word? If not, I'm coining it right now. So the next step is we're going to make our Caesar dressing. Before we start combining everything into a bowl, we're gonna have to do a little bit more prep work. So let's move on to that portion. Let's grate some Parmy, you crazy animals.
I'm on a cheese cleanse, physically and spiritually.
When you're cooking, do you find yourself going on autopilot? I sometimes feel the same feelings driving a car at times. I end up at point B from point A, and I have no idea how I got there. It happens a lot more when I'm doing some mundane things in the kitchen, but I always find it funny when I snap out of it. Anyways, let's make this dressing. Get some mayo in the bowl with the cheese, and then add a tablespoon of anchovies, followed by some Dijon mustard. Not too much, you don't want to get lost in the sauce. Scared, naked, and afraid.
Same thing happened to me. I was there for 3 weeks. I didn't call for help. I had self-respect.
Let's give this stir the old college try. Don't be ashamed to get into it. I mean, this dressing should be your life's greatest work after all. In classic Feast on Film style, I forgot that I needed to add in fresh lemon juice and minced garlic to complete the dressing. So that's what we're going to do now. I could have pretended that everything was going to plan, and that would have been fine, but I have way too much respect for you to lie like that. When making sauces, it usually doesn't matter how finely you mince the garlic up, but for the dressing, we want to mince it up a good bit so that our final results are smooth and creamy.
There he is. There's my boy.
Alright, so back at it. We want that garlic flavor infused in our dressing while using our lemon juice to control the consistency and balance everything out. The acid from the lemon juice will pair nicely when we also toss in some nice olive oil, like so. We will then begin to plant our feet and throw our backsides in a spin cycle as we continue to mix everything together. As I peer into the dressing below, I am reminded of the first time I realized that salads could actually taste good. What was I doing before that? I don't know. A really important question to ask though. I love asking those on this channel.
Who is Bob Belcher? What is Bob Belcher? Where is Bob Belcher?
The dressing is ready to go, so let's yeet it out of here and get our patty bowl out of the fridge. I'm gonna be frank with you. I am about to take the remaining anchovy paste and essentially shove it into the beef to form a nice blend. I am not to blame. The recipe book is very clear that this is what I need to do. If a single tomato is thrown at my head, I will do nothing. However, I will be disappointed. The time-consuming part is done, so let's head over to the stovetop and actually start cooking this burger.
This is the best day of my life.
You guys ready to cook this beast up or what? I like to throw down some nice avocado oil to help with the searing, and then with the oil laid down on the pan, the meat enters the scene, ready to fulfill its destiny. What a beautiful sight. Should I take a bite?
I assure you it will be tasteful. No? No, I'm hearing no.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't. Patience is a virtue, as they say, whoever they is. Maybe I should just chill out and watch as a circle of beef and fish turns into something truly out of this world. When people generally think of burgers, they think of flipping patties, so that's what we will do now.
Oh, people need to see this!
You were gosh darn right they do. Pardon my YouTube cussing, I know it can be offensive to the ears to hear such a weak expression of words, but I have a feeling if I ever go all in on cussing on YouTube, the algorithm will punish me severely. Regardless, this burger is coming along way better than I could have ever expected, and dare I say this could be an absolute banger. Could the anchovy burger actually be delicious? It's looking that way. The final cooking process is getting our buns toasted so we don't have cold buns, because that would just be a travesty. Plus, toasting in the patty fat makes them taste better. It only takes about 30 seconds to a minute depending on how hot your pan is at this point. It looks so good that even Bob Belcher would die for this burger.
I'm not dying. I'm just getting my butt skin ripped off so I can be in a magazine.
On the home stretch now, the only thing standing in our way is chopping up the romaine lettuce from the title of the burger. You can kind of get crazy with it, as it's just lettuce, and hardly has to be anywhere close to perfect. Alright, let's build this burger, starting with the bottom bun, followed by a nice layer of dressing. Then a heap of romaine lettuce, throw down that juicy patty, drizzle on more dressing, and then complete with the top bun. Oh mama. Burger is done. It looks incredible.
It worked.
It finally worked! I'm free!
I tried the Caesar dressing. It tastes fantastic. So, I mean, there's not really a lot to this burger. I mean, it's homemade Caesar dressing, a hopefully delicious anchovy patty, which we'll see, and then some crisp romaine lettuce. So, I mean, it's not a lot going on. Crispy buns, good textures. Let's just give it a bite and see how it turned out. What a deliciously salty burger. The recipe called for us to season the patty with salt, but then also with the anchovies thrown in. I knew it was gonna get pretty salty. It's a very flavorful, powerful, salty burger. That's the best way to describe it. The lemon juice and the Caesar dressing really comes through. I mean, overall, this one's good. It's actually really good. Pleasantly surprised. I saw this one in the book. I was a little bit worried. You know, I've never really been a big anchovy guy. Or sardines, you know, anything in the canned fish variety. But I'm gonna recommend this one. This one is unique. It's pretty easy, and it's honestly really delicious. So let's give it a rating. Better than expected with an 8.5 out of 10. I actually recommend you give this one a shot unless anchovies are a deal breaker. Another burger done. We've used anchovies in one of our burgers. I feel like that's a bucket list kind of thing. So we've done it. Thanks for watching another one of my silly videos. I'll see you next time. Peace. Thanks for feasting with me today. And please subscribe if you liked what you saw.
And I'm so glad you came by to take it in. Sorry we couldn't be inspiring for you. I guess we just didn't have it in us. So, goodbye. You can leave. Thanks for stopping in.